Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to another Living World of Darkness, Changeling the Dreaming scene. This one, just like the one I was in minutes ago, set in Angarona. This one, set minutes after that last one. Savannah, having just minutes before left Angarona. Ismay still sitting at the booth. Me perched on the back of the booth, watching her play with this funny paper stuff as she marks on it and makes circles and crosses some out, looking through the classifieds, as it were, as the scene opens.
Well, as Savannah has just left, Diva will come rushing in also. Diva thinks that maybe she saw Savannah, but she can't be sure, honestly. She wasn't really paying attention. Diva's got this huge stack of magazines and newspapers and stuff in her arms right now, and she's kind of teetering inside Angarona. Normally, she wouldn't bring personal stuff into the bar, but because it's dead, well, she figures, why the hell not? She's a little annoyed that it's dead, but honestly, it's her fault too. She should have done this weeks ago. She just kind of got caught up in other stuff. So this whole little kerfuffle, all her fault. She accepts this, which is why she's been running around this past week, this past few days or so, trying to get as many bits of information as she can. You know, she made copies at the library of old newspaper articles from ages back to now. She got some, articles from Forbes, Time magazine, The New Yorker. She's been a little busy. And Diva will smile when she sees Ismay. Be like, "Hey, honey."
Oh, hello. Do you need help with those?
Actually, I just need a clear space to put these down. Do you mind if I share your table?
She folds up the paper, making plenty of room.
Oh, thank you so much, honey. And Diva's just gonna plop the paper down, many papers down, all of the magazines, and she's gonna start organizing them in times. And there's a lot of papers here, actually. She's gonna sit down and kind of pant because she ran from the library to here, in between with lots of stops at some bodegas for magazines. But she's been productive.
And Ismay's just eyeing this big pile of magazines and papers.
Sorry about that. I normally I'd be around, but I didn't think it'd be much of a difference if I was around, considering how dead it is.
I think I have seen two people come in.
I know it's all my fault, but I'm doing my best to fix it. We'll be busy again soon enough.
Yes,
Well, I do imagine.
Mr.
Hmm?
Friday is very looking forward to having the books and stuff for the dragon.
Yes, and that is all my fault. I should have done my part. It's just so hard getting a hold of him.
He was at the
And
skateboard park when I seed him.
he was at the what port?
A skateboard park?
He was at a skate park. Kind of weird. But if you say so. And again, I'm never one to really understand Chimera, so whatever it is.
I think it was because there were children and
That is
they're
a good point.
nicer to be around. He's a,
Honestly, if he wants kids, if he wants to hang around kids, I can definitely recommend him going up into Nintendo World just a few chain stops up. Huh, maybe I will tell him. I mean, normally I don't really hang around kids, but I do know all the hot spots. Hmm. Thoughts for a different day. All right. Uh, Trying to organize this in date. That way the dragon has a timeline. Honestly, I wasn't even sure what to get this guy. It's not like I can exactly take a laptop with a computer connection and a guidebook into the dreaming, you know?
You could talk to a knocker about one, a chimerical one.
Maybe. I have enough draws for it. I can ask. There is a knocker that works for me here. Bethany, the girl who helps out with the music,
She nods.
can ask Beth. But she went to visit her family because Thanksgiving.
Ismay gives you a cocked head, curious expression.
It's this country's kind of harvest celebration, even though it has horrific, and I do mean a horrific history. And it really only got popular like only under 100 years ago, after our world wars, as a way to, bolster American morale. Huge crock of shit, but, the masses listened and it just became an all-American tradition to, celebrate the impending doom of Aboriginal communities who took in the, not then invaders, but the people who tried to colonize them and then became the terrible invaders that just destroyed everything. Sorry. Anyway, it can be a nice holiday. It just has a bad history and everyone kind of ignores that.
Oh,
But, like most holidays, bad history, everyone ignores it for the sake of cranberry sauce. In this case, at least.
I'm not sure we have had cranberry sauce.
Cranberry sauce is kind of gross, but it's supposed to be that way. It's like a tradition of grossness.
She looks confused.
Some
If it
traditions don't
is
make sense.
okay,
I mean, I don't use it just because I don't understand that. Like, if it's gross, why do you eat it? But I figure cranberry wine is a good substitute.
wine is good.
Mm-hmm. Holiday season is just a very interesting time. I mean, it's a lot of magic in the air, quite literally in some cases. But I don't know, it's a messy time too. I mean, normally, well, I figure, I don't know if we'd even be this busy since most people are out visiting family, but I do know that after this holiday in particular, we are going to get an influx of people. Just lots and lots of people incredibly depressed over their interactions with their family or dreading the fact that they have to go back for Christmas.
Do you dread seeing your family?
Honestly, the Vegas kind of disappeared about a few years ago, which is what makes me happy and sad the fact that I'm over here now. The big three matriarchs decided that it was time to kind of split from the city and take everyone with them. I mean, I do know there are maybe a couple of us still hanging around, but cousins of cousins of cousins, or some of my nieces, and don't really feel connected to them enough to spend the obligationary time with them for holidays. I mean, I'll send them postcards and gifts for birthdays, but I can't fake it. I can't fake, being all happy to be Diwali Vega at, X and X's Vega Thanksgiving. Plus, it wouldn't even just be the bulk of us, it'd just be some of us. And I'm pretty sure the ones who are here are going all the way through matriarchs' houses for the holidays. And since I'm not really tied to them anymore, I don't think I'd be welcome. So, no. But I've got my own little family here. I've got the bar, and I've got you, and I've got, Lainey and Magram as her plus one. uh, you know, Summer and Astria, Valencia and AJ. They're Y'all are good for me. I wouldn't even know how to be the Devalia Vega they expect. So I'd rather just be Diva V here. Again, sometimes traditions just don't make sense to continue anymore. There's such a pretense in them that it just kind of doesn't make sense. There's no logic in trying to follow them if it's unhealthy. You know? How do I go up and try and explain why my younger self ran away? Why I hadn't seen them in years? Just wouldn't make sense, you know? So, fortunately, y'all are stuck with me for the holidays.
That is not a bad thing. Ismay definitely has a sort of sadness about her at the moment, though. Hearing you
He was
talk
gonna,
about all this.
he was just kind of gonna look at her, be like, hey, Sugar, why are you so down? I mean, I know it's kind of boring here, but, you don't have to stay at the bar if there's no one around here.
I know. I'm just trying to trying to find things.
Oh, do you
I
need any
guess.
help? I'd be happy to help you if you wanted it. I talked to Xander the other day. I finally sent him a text, and he got back to me, and he wants to talk about hiring you for dances and stuff. Again, like I said, with your consent and only things you want to do.
She
Do my
gives
best to be a
this.
good manager.
She gives a slight nod.
Do my best to be a good manager.
That
Telling you, don't know what I'm doing exactly, but I'll make sure you don't get into any situations you don't want to.
she looks like she's about to ask a question and physically kind of backs off a little bit for a moment.
So, what you looking for?
We are trying to find an
You,
an
you and me? She says, nodding to the bird.
yes, me will go with us. Um
Oh, you're going somewhere?
it is probably best if we find our own apartment.
Roll perception alertness.
Two successes.
Okay, 2 successes. Um, Diva looks surprised. She's a little shocked, but she nods. She quickly recovers. She's just like, "Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. We did kind of agree to the fact that you'd only be here until you can get on your feet. And I guess having 2 jobs would equal you with enough income to get on your feet."
I it would would you say that the rules and laws in are like traditions?
Um, sometimes. Sometimes the rules and laws were decided upon or came to be or changed because of traditions. Like, some years back, there used to be laws on how people of different colors could marry.
People come in
Like,
different colors.
of skin. Like, see mine and yours. I'm a little darker than you, right?
Everybody's skin color is different.
Exactly. There were laws in a lot of places that you couldn't marry someone of a different color or a different background than yours. See, it didn't make sense, but people still followed it until, people who actually, wanted to fight the rule because it was wrong kind of stood up for that right, who stood up for the law to be changed in order to include stuff. There's still laws now that we're trying to change to make it better for everyone. So they can be, I guess, traditions in the sense that you follow them without, questioning. But sometimes they're just wrong and you have to find a way to fix it. Find a way that everyone can live underneath them without, endangering themselves. Laws are there to protect you, but they shouldn't be there to kind of, I guess, put you down on the ground. They're supposed to protect you from people who would hurt you, not people who would care for you.
Let's see if she can keep from flinching. Oh no, she flinches when you mention hurt you versus care for you.
But there are lots of laws now that are pretty decent. We're getting better.
What about laws not of the Kingdom of America?
Well, America's.
What about
Where.
laws for your people or
See, Pacifica, which is another kingdom on the other side. Pacifica's got similar laws, don't kill, uh, respect the nobles. Well, it is kind of like a leeway with there, because there weren't many nobles, and the ones who were there were pretty darn chill with everything. Pacifica was a lot more laid back. Here, they're a little more stricter with respecting nobles. But similar laws of, don't kill your neighbors, don't talk about magic to non-magic people, or like, I guess, gray world people, because it could endanger everyone. Be smart about people you interact with so they don't hurt people. Take responsibility of your actions is a big one, but that's kind of like the thing everywhere, where your choices are your choices, and you have to deal with the consequences. And hopefully, your choices end up with positive consequences.
she looks even more confused and conflicted now.
I mean, Apples isn't perfect. Honestly, I never understood the need for the nobles to be so pushy. But I don't know, some people just accept it, and even the nobles sometimes themselves kind of question it. Like Astria is real laid back compared to some nobles I've met. And Lainey's technically noble because she's a baroness, but she's not like the rest. So I guess there's also a lot of personage that people take responsibility of their actions and how they react to stuff. Again, not too sure about their traditions. I just kind of know the general stuff.
Killing people is not allowed?
No, unless it's a. Well, I know that in the nation of America, we have something called capital punishment, and that's a punishment for like the worst of crimes, like murder. The government can in some states order your death, but capital punishment is like a last resort. And even like waiting for death row takes years and years and years. And it doesn't always work. Because sometimes years in the future, new evidence will come up saying that, oh, that person wasn't really the killer. It was their brother or whatever. So sometimes capital punishment works, and other times it don't. And I'm not a believer in capital punishment, so I really wouldn't know.
What are crimes that it is okay to kill somebody for?
Self-defense. If someone is trying to kill you and you defend yourself and kill them first, or well, like accidentally killing them, or it's like, oh, they came at you with a knife and you took a bat and you swung it at their head, and oh no, you killed them. That wouldn't be a crime per se, because you're defending yourself. Or if they went after someone you loved, and in that moment you attacked them to deter them from that, you know, action, and you accidentally killed them, then it would still be kind of self defense. It would be defending someone.
No, I mean, what kind of laws will you get killed for breaking?
I guess that would be it, like murdering people, endangering this group, or like telling Dante about us. Like, oh hey Dante, there's a bunch of fairies who live at XYZ, and because your action had actively endangered the lives of people, like you actively wanted them to be hurt, then yeah, I guess that would be punishment. Probably with cold iron, but definitely death. But with us, we come back. So even death is kind of weird for us. It's only like the most severe of severe acts get the final death with cold iron, and that's for like people who participate in like who orchestrate like genocide, or just complete mayhem for just shits and giggles, or because they think it's right, whereas it's just obviously wrong and they need to be stopped, and they're unrepentant and they are dangerous for everyone else to be around.
So you don't think somebody should be put to death if they love somebody?
Oh no, never like that. No, no, never at all. If the person they love is a consenting adult, then it should never be a question of, they should be punished like that. Never. Like I said with the old law about people of different colors marrying, they would kill people who loved other people of different colors, and it was wrong. And they did it for years until people finally had enough because it was just wrong. That doesn't happen here. I've never heard of a situation where that happened or was brought up. At least not now. I mean, we like to say that we're getting better, and I hope we are. And in that case, no, loving someone else, if they're a consenting adult, even if they're the same gender, like it's perfectly fine. Why did someone say something?
She just gives a very small nod.
Is it is it about you liking a girl? Because I'll tell you up right now. Sure, there are some people who are just incredibly backwards and think, oh no, girls go with guys and guys go with girls and not in the same gender. No, it's completely stupid, and don't listen to them for that.
No, it is not for liking a girl.
Oh,
It is for what that girl is.
um,
She is not like me.
from Egypt, or like you.
Me, Fuath.
Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Well, we know. I know a couple of couples that aren't changeling and changeling, and it's perfectly fine. I mean, I know different cultures is the term I'm going to use for us. Different cultures sometimes ask that you don't share stuff with other cultures, And as long as the two people respect that, it should be fine.
I was reminded that the Adhin who kill Adhin who are, and she just kind of starts stumbling over
The
actually
Adhin
saying it.
who what? Like people who aren't Adhin?
They kill Adhin who love people that are not.
That doesn't sound right. I mean,
That is our laws, our traditions.
but y'all can befriend us, but you can't love us? That doesn't make sense.
I think there are some still who do not want to be friends either.
Who told you this? Was it Kalash? Because he seems like a nice guy. He doesn't seem like someone who'd say that.
She shakes her head now.
I don't know many other Adhin, honey. I mean, sometimes I'll see them pass by, but they won't talk to me, and I figure it's just because they don't know me. Uh,
She is Fuath.
so
She's
another Fluff told you
Snake.
this? Snake. Doesn't actually sound good for a personality, then. Sorry, that was rude. Um, do y'all have books you can look into more about this? I mean, like I said, we had laws like that. Well, the nation had laws like that, but we fought against it. It took years, though. Maybe you should talk to some other Floth who might know more.
Means I would
I
have to go
mean,
deep into the dreaming to the cities. But then I risk being taken again.
and I don't want you taken against your will. But if you're not where they are, why does it matter? I'm sorry, I'm just
Because
trying to wrap my head around the
they are
fact.
here. Not here in Engorona, but they are here in this city.
And they view it as a betrayal? Or they would?
They reminded me that to want to mate and love. And she almost gets a sour look on her face as she says, half breeds.
And Diva will immediately get like an angry look on her face. Because just because this nation is progressive doesn't mean that there aren't slurs being rolled around. So Diva gets a little upset.
You can tell that Ismay didn't feel comfortable even saying it.
But Diva will nod and be like, alright.
That if we do so, that we can be put to death. I contemplated just leaving the city or leaving the body and going back to the dream and hiding.
Oh, honey.
But then I would be worried that I might be taken as a slave again. And Asteria says that that is bad.
Yeah, we don't do slavery. It's another thing that this nation is strongly against.
I'm pretty sure I was a slave. I don't remember how long.
Are you.
And I broke up with Asteria in summer
Why? You really cared for them, right?
because I do not want them to be hurt.
Did you tell them that?
She gives a little half-hearted nod.
Did you really tell them that? Like, fully?
Yes, I think so.
You think so?
It was hard. I saw my tail starting to grow dark as we were talking.
It'll hurt you.
It was good to be able to just run back here from Brooklyn afterwards
Oh, sweetie.
and give me time to cry.
Ismay. Like, open her arms, like, asking if she can hug Ismay.
She gives a small nod.
Diva will reach over and hug her. Like, oh, honey.
You can feel that she's very rigid in your arms, which is very not the norm.
Mm-hmm.
But I cannot be around those that I care about because I do not want them to get hurt for me. So I am moving somewhere.
You want to leave? To protect us.
I have to. I could not stand if you were hurt. Especially if you were hurt trying to stop them from doing the justice that they feel is necessary for me.
Well, hey, you've been living here with us. You're living by changeling law. Changeling law doesn't just lie down quietly when people are being hurt.
I am
At least I
Fuath.
don't.
I am Fuath. Our laws are take precedence. I cannot break our laws.
Well, you're not
Many of
living with
our
them.
they are around. They would know. Word spread quickly. Especially if I was seen kissing somebody in public or holding their hand, or even if they think I'm just being too friendly.
I don't.
So I am looking for an apartment.
Do you really want to leave?
She shakes her head no.
I don't want you to leave. I don't. But I don't want you in danger either. I mean, I care about you, Ismay. I really do. You're a
That
great
is why I
friend.
have to go.
Okay. If if you think that's best, um,
I don't know what is best. I am just
I don't
doing
want
what
you
I.
hurt though. I really don't want you hurt, Ismay. You're my sweet pretty bird. Why would I want you hurt?
I don't think you would.
I would never want you hurt, Ismay.
But you and AJ, you had a good time when you were out on Monday? You came back very happy.
I did. We talked, and we're gonna wait and see on how things progress. Because we're both adults, and we don't want to kind of run headfirst into stuff we don't understand with each other. Thank you for talking to him, Ismay.
She looks confused.
For telling him not to hurt me.
You
I know
deserve
he
to be
won't, but it
happy.
was Honey, I want you happy too.
I have spent 1,000 years sad. What is more time?
You shouldn't feel sad like that. Not when you have the opportunity to feel happy.
I guess I was just not meant to be happy.
No, everyone's meant to be happy. You just gotta find ways to grab onto it, hold it. I was happy with you, you know? Watching movies, cooking, even just having you hang around the bar, getting you those encyclopedias. Practically glowed when you opened that box.
If you want, you can give the encyclopedias to the dragon. It is very much information. I have
No,
read
no,
most of them.
you're keeping all of them. I don't care if you're gonna use them for firewood or whatever. You're keeping them, and wherever you end up moving, I'll just have it mailed to you. You can take as many as you can carry, and I'll just send you the rest. You'll always have something to read. They're big enough. They make good door stoppers. You can put a bunch of them together and put a mattress on top, and you'll have a bed. You can use them to hit people who are rude to you. You know, uh, but that's when you move. Okay, it's when you move. It's not today, right?
No, I have not found an apartment. Savannah says to stay out of
Oh,
Harlem, even though that is where the cheap apartments are.
oh no, you definitely stay out of Harlem. Do not go there. Um,
She says it is
Jersey's nice.
dangerous.
Jersey's nice.
Can I walk to work from Jersey?
No, you need to use Path, which is a train system. What else is good? Staten Island. No, not Staten Island. Damn. Queens is good. Queens is definitely good. Um, Brooklyn. Brooklyn has some pretty cheap prices.
That is where Summer lives.
Well, Brooklyn's a real large place, baby. You don't have to run to someone if you don't want to. Trust me, we're a city of how many million people? 4, 6? You can definitely avoid people if you want to. Um, I would say look into Sheepshead Bay. It's really pretty there. Um, you can walk a lot of places, but I really do suggest getting a Metro card of some sort so you can use the trains. Or you can buy a scooter, a quick little flip scooter, and just use that to ride around. It's easier than a bike, and it's not as dangerous as a skateboard. Um, it gets cold in the upcoming months, so I'll get you a going away present, and I'll get you a big, fluffy coat with a hat and matching scarves and mittens and boots, because you can't wear sandals in the winter. Your toes will freeze off.
You don't need to do that for me.
I don't need to do a lot of things, but I do them anyways. Um, you're just gonna like wipe some tears. She's got some trace tears. I'll definitely help you find someplace pretty.
Savannah says her apartment may have openings and she says it's about 15 minutes walk from here.
Great. That's good. That's good. Means I'll save on postage when I send you your books.
I could just carry them in trips.
Or I'll do it.
Savannah says I am worth fighting for.
You are, Ismay, you are. You're a friend. We wouldn't let people hurt you like that. We would fight against it. You know? I mean,
Is the love feelings worth fighting for?
it's not even the love feelings. It's the fact that you are a good person. You are a person. And you don't deserve to have that kind of quote unquote death sentence put around your head because you happen to love someone who's not Fuad. Alright? You don't deserve, being terrified that some Fuad are gonna find you and take you back to be a slave. You don't deserve thinking that your own people will try to kill you. You don't deserve that. You deserve to be around people who love you, who care about you, who want to answer all your questions about the things that happen in this world. You deserve that, Ismay. You do. And I would fight tooth and nail for that for you. Only if you wanted. Hell, even if you did. Because I'm kind of bullheaded.
She gets up and moves over onto the side of the booth that you're sitting on and scoots in right next close to you and just kind of cuddles into you.
I don't want you to leave, pretty bird. You're a friend. You know? You are a friend. But you and I both know that we don't want you to be in trouble. We don't want you to be in danger. You have to do what you have to do. Whatever your choice is, we will respect them. Just
Do
don't
you
just be sad.
do you think they would consider changing the laws, the traditions?
Maybe, I don't know, honey. I don't know anything about floss. I don't. I
We are old and set in our ways, but our ways are always changing, so it is confusing.
definitely you can talk to some people and see about that. I'm looking for stuff if you want, but you don't have to leave. Okay? You do not have to leave.
Okay,
Alright?
I will talk to them and see what they say, if they will listen to me.
Okay.
If they say that I
Don't do
cannot,
anything dangerous.
talking to them is dangerous.
Sorry, out of character. I had to sneeze.
That's alright. She could have probably needed to blow her nose in character.
Good plan. All right. In character, she blows her nose, but it's a lot more dainty than mine.
Talking to them about changing things is dangerous. Mr. Friday said that I am an ally after asking which side of the I was on. So I do not know which side the warlord in charge of the area was on.
Could you ask Kalash?
Uh,
He's the only other Floth I know.
he is not Fuath, he is Furbok.
Oh, what's Furbook?
Hmm,
I don't know much about it, honey. I'm sorry.
warlords and fighters and murderers and slavers.
Oh, okay then. So there are the people who having blood on their hands.
She nods.
Oh, all right then. And what are Fuoth?
We are. No, our people can fight. We are more related to ancient primal dreams of the animals, the wilds. That is why all Fuath are. In some ways, we are like Pupka. We all have animals that we are connected to.
And you're very obviously a pretty bird. She says, playing with one of your feathers. Not like actively playing, but like kind of ghosting her fingers through it.
And like my tribe back home, we were many birds. Most of us were killed. I was one of the few that lived as a slave, I am pretty sure. I remember the brand and the chains.
I'm so sorry, honey.
I don't know how I got away from them, if I was released, if I was sent off to die, or what. If I was escaped when somebody else attacked them, or I do not know.
Could you find out without endangering yourself?
I have memories, I just have to go through all of them. 1,000 years worth of memories is a lot.
Yeah, I know. I know. Just, you don't have to leave. I'm not kicking you out at all, okay?
I know. I will try to talk to whoever is in charge in the area.
Please be careful.
If I have to, I will run.
Okay. Just please be careful, Ismay.
That is how I save me and myself from the lizard wolf.
Okay. If someone's following you, you've got my full permission to go back into the freehold and just stay there for until you're safe. You know, even if you have to leave and you're walking in the area and somebody starts following you, just run inside here and go into the back room. Always be safe in my freehold, okay?
She nods. I'm sorry for making you cry.
Oh, that's all right. I cried for a good reason because I care about you, right?
She nods and wraps her arms around you, much less rigid and much more the normal affectionate hug.
Diva, wraps her arm around Ismay and hugs her back. Diva does care about Ismay deeply. Ismay is a very important person at Diva, and Diva will fight anybody who says different.
So these papers you have, you are organizing them?
Yeah, I'm trying to organize them by date so that when the dragon reads them, it can be kind of like a timeline for him to understand how things have evolved or de-evolved in some cases.
Your way of writing dates are strange to me.
Yeah.
Yes, you put the month and then the day and then the year.
Mm-hmm.
We learned to do the day, then the month, and then the year.
Yeah, there are different ways. Sometimes it's the year and then the month, then the date, or the year and then the date and then the month. Like this one that I copied out of well, I faxed. Well, yeah, copied out of the library. It says in the year of our Lord, what's this? 1848, the third day of the 12th month. See, kind of weird, right?
Yes, very weird.
It just became an easy numerical number system, so we could recognize. Well, for us, we recognize the month that we're in, or the medium kind of spatial awareness of the season that we're in, technically, because months and seasons match up. In the 11th month right now, month we are on the 23rd day, right? And in the 11th
Yes,
month of the 20, and in the 23rd day of the 11th month, whatever year we're in is that year. So it kind of goes first for the middle, and then the middle for the first, and then the last. It's really weird. I don't know why we do that, but it just kind of is what it is. Again, traditions don't always make sense. But this is one of those that isn't so hurtful.
would you like help organizing?
Yes, please. And you can also read some of this too if you want.
Maybe if something catches my eye while we're organizing them.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you want to specifically talk about?
Um, Diva will also kind of, well, she already thanked Ismay for talking to, um, for like actively, kind of talking to AJ. She will, however, ask Ismay if it's okay that she's dating AJ because she doesn't want to make her uncomfortable.
If you are happy, then that is what matters.
And for that, Diva will nod and she'll give Ismay a deep hug.
She will hug her back.
And Disney and Diva's wisdom, she'll say that we never really know what'll happen tomorrow. So who knows what happens, right?
Right. Well, you can't know what is going to happen tomorrow, but many people do not listen.
Well, sometimes. I mean, you can kind of generalize, but specific details, not all the time.
Okay.
All right. So I guess they can just kind of wipe up their tears. Diva will go and get some cranberry wine because she's a little sad right now, but she figures some nice cranberry wine will kind of cheer him up. She's got cookies in the back, so she'll probably bring some cookies too. Wine and cookies. Who'll say no to that?
Not Ismay.
Exactly. And they'll just, hang out as Diva's organizing the paperwork. She does have to find Mr. Friday later, so she's hoping to finish this, at a decent time and hopefully visit him before the month ends, because Diva really does need her business to start perking up again.
And with that, then, the scene will come to an end. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Good night.